Hey everybody, this week's episode is brought to you by Deep Creek Glassworks. Ornaments, pendants, straws, marbles, wine glasses, and functional glass, all unique, durable, and handcrafted. Support a local artist and visit Tanner at Deep Creek Glassworks. That's www.etsy.com/shop/Deep Creek Glassworks. That's WORX. Their creations are stronger glass than what you'll find in stores, so take it from their hands into your home at Deep Creek Glassworks. And just for our listeners, if you enter promo code SUPERFUN, you'll get 10% off of your next order. Once again, that's www.etsy.com/shop/Deep Creek Glassworks.
Welcome to the super fun game review podcast. Go Mega Ultra Between Review Show. Down. All right, and welcome to MUBRS. MUBRS.
You mother bubber.
So,
Mother Bubbles.
first biggest announcement for the podcast in probably like 2 years.
Harry's back.
It's still unshaven.
Harry has finally stopped doing cocaine habitually.
Harry shaved his beard.
And put it on his back.
He glued it to his testicles.
Who was that?
Oh, he glued it to the top
He
of
made
his
him
head.
merkin. Anyway, very warm podcast welcome to Joe, who is actually joining us as a permanent fixture on the podcast going forward.
A fixture,
Welcome,
like a
Joe.
chair.
Full-time
Yes.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yay, Joe. Welcome.
Yay.
Woo!
All right.
All the pomp and circumstance it deserves.
Congratulatory.
Stop it. That joke needs to die.
So, all right. Well, you guys know Joe. He's been on a few. What episodes have you been on with us?
Apex.
Apex and what else?
That was it.
Really? Just that
The
one?
Apex MUBRS.
Oh, and the Apex MUBRS.
Right,
So you guys have heard Joe before.
You could say it was the apex of the show.
Oh.
He's a longtime friend to all
it
of us.
definitely was.
Yeah.
Joe helped me move. He was a very, very helpful and is a thoughtful young man.
Yeah, I
Aw,
refused to bring
nice
my
to
truck that day.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have sworn I helped him move too, but that's fine.
I could have sworn
Joe's
I helped
awesome.
too.
Yeah,
No, that's all right.
You did. You did.
All
You did,
Joe.
Harry. You did.
So, Joe's been a friend to all of us for a really long time, and he.
Except for Ralph. Fuck Ralph.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
wow.
Okay. Wow. It starts so
He's
soon.
coming in hot. All right, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah. So, this is going to be, our first actual new format for the MUBRS, and Harry's just fucking with the mic.
What are you
Sorry.
doing?
I'm sorry.
He's
he can't leave
talking.
well enough alone.
He's talking.
So, let's get into some news that we've been seeing for
Gaming
last couple
news.
weeks. Gaming news. It's the news.
Boom, and that is our sound clip for this segment.
Oh, wow.
We should just make all of our sound clips.
Attention, read all about it. Xbox Series X leaked. New revealing photos surface on the interwebs.
So, have they been confirmed yet? That's what I really want to know.
No, but it says Xbox on it. So
Confirmed. I thought they were confirmed. It's like a tower, right?
Kind of.
But the back of it leaked, which actually has ports and
Vents.
yeah, and stuff like that. So
It's got a power plug. digital out.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
It's
I
Two
thought this was
USBs.
going to be wireless.
Wireless
Solar
energy.
powered.
I wanted a green box.
I don't know. From the photo I saw, it definitely looks like a dev kit though, because it's Xbox is typically big and bulky and
Yeah.
typically an eyesore, in my opinion.
Yeah. So it
It's
was
even more so.
rumored to be leaked, and there is a photo floating out there, which I don't know if anybody would really be. I don't know. Again, dumb enough because it had the barcode and a number on it, so it's traceable. So why would you do that?
It's probably really like some Malaysian VCR or something, and we just
It might
have no
be.
idea.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It doesn't necessarily have to be an Xbox just because it has the sticker on it. Because you could pull the sticker off of any dev kit and throw it on there and be like, oh, this is the new dev kit for the. So I always take leaks and stuff like that with a grain of salt. But I'll be curious to see because this just happened today, didn't it?
Yes, being the January 22nd.
Ooh, we are so fresh and relevant.
I
now.
know. I'll be curious to see if Microsoft responds, because a few weeks ago, AMD was showing. AMD was like very proud to be like, "Hey, we're the graphics processor for the next generation of consoles. Yay!"
Oh, all of them?
Yes.
Or both of them?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So they were showing a mock-up of the Xbox, and they showed the back of it, and everyone was like, "We know the ports to the Xbox." And Microsoft actually came out and were like, "That was a mock-up that they bought from some third-party company. Like,
Those are not our
that's
final
not,
ports."
That's not our digital render." So it'll be curious to see if Microsoft comes out and is just like, "Nah, fake news." Because
the Trump.
no, but like that's kind of like what Microsoft does. They're really quick to just be like, "Nope, that's not it."
Well, yeah,
So
you have
it'll
to
be
really
curious.
protect your IP, but you never know. But there's little stuff kind of like trickling out here and there.
I feel like for Microsoft, any news is good news, though. Because, like, there's no incentive to buy an Xbox with Microsoft Game Pass.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
it.
So true.
You said
There's
it.
no incentive. All the first-party games you can get on PC for the same price, and it's cross-platform play. And what real first-party IPs do they have anymore that are decent?
Oh.
I said decent.
Yeah, decent is the
Excuse me.
problem.
Excuse me. Whoops.
Halo hasn't been decent for years.
I'm not a fan. So.
All they have is Forza.
It's been a while.
Forza's
Yeah.
pretty cool, but
but Gears. Some gear like I still like to check in on Gears. I thought Gears 4 was good. I'll get Gears 5 when I find it on sale and can pick it up for my PC though. Like I'm
just get Game Pass for free when you get a graphics card, or
right.
a 3-month rental for $1.
Yeah, like I'll pick up
there's no
Game
point.
Pass or something. You know, like I'll do something like that. Microsoft is in a weird transitional state. I really think that Microsoft, after the Xbox One is going, or the whatever the fuck the new
Series
one is.
X.
Yeah, Series
think.
X, the new dumb
fifth
shit from
Xbox.
Microsoft. I really honestly think that they're just going to make a modular console where, you know, every 5 or 6 years they're like, "Oh, look, here's a new processor unit that you buy," and it's just going to be like a modular PC. More so than a PC already is, but like actually just kind of like fits together neatly and nicely, and that somebody with no computer expertise can just build a console that they want that can play certain specifications and stuff like that. And I could totally see that being their model, because they really only need a stream box. We're getting to the point where everyone is just going to be streaming games, and there's going to be no more physical media.
Stadia.
We're starting to get dude, Stadia was a fucking nightmare.
You tried it?
Dude, I've watched a bunch of reviews on it. I haven't tried it personally, but like there have been lots of reports that it is just straight garbage, and like how they're actually coming out with like all of their information too is really bad. They're like, "Hey, we promised all of this stuff, but it's not for all the price that you paid, and now you pay this $140 founders thing, but it doesn't come with any games, and then you have to buy games on top of it. So it's not just a streaming service. You have to actually buy the licenses to stream the games on the Stadia. It's dumb."
Okay.
It's the same way all the services are. Like Vortex Gaming is the same way, except like the nice part about Vortex is that you can log into your Steam account.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. Like, that's fucking rad.
And like they have an app for it on Xbox. So it's similar, very similar though, because it's streaming all of your Steam library essentially.
Got an app for that.
But you want to be able to stream your Steam library. You
Right.
don't want to have to build a new library that you have to pay for overinflated fucking
no.
Google whatever the fuck.
Plugin?
What's their
The Chromecast?
Yeah, overinflated Google Chromecast to plug it into your TV to play on your TV. Fuck that. Run an HDMI cable from your PC. You're good. Like,
Okay, so
fuck
Stadia's
that.
dead in the water then. That
So far, yeah,
Shipped.
they have not been dominating the market like they thought they would.
got it.
I thought they would come out swinging with something, but like they just backpedaled on all of the stuff that made that console interesting.
Console in air quotes.
Yeah,
Quote unquote. And
The PS5 kind of interests me, and there have been some leaks with different looks at it. But I'm like, I'll just wait for the official. I don't need to know what shape or design or fonts the PS5 has. Ooh, big
Spoiler
deal.
alert! It's the same
I know.
font.
Yeah,
I know.
And spoiler, I'm buying it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy a PlayStation.
Yeah, why
5.
was that such a big sticking point?
Because
people were
everyone-
whining about
because
it.
Everyone is so hungry for news about the PS5 that there's just rabid fans.
Any
It's
little
like,
bit.
It's like everyone wanted to know about the Xbox 360. Everyone wanted every single little detail about the Xbox 360 before it launched. It's the same thing. PlayStation won the console war this time around, so everyone wants to know what the next PlayStation's going to be. And everyone could really give a fuck less about the Xbox.
Really?
They're
Really.
they're starting to
Yeah.
paint themselves into a really weird corner where I just see them exiting the console business in general, or they make like a modular PC and make
Right.
it something that's a little more accessible. Like,
They're the ones that should make a Nintendo Switch. Come to think of it.
What, like a handheld?
yeah, probably I wouldn't mind seeing it, honestly.
And historically, Sony's been the one to copy Nintendo and do a piss poor job of it. So I wouldn't be completely surprised. They're like, here's the PS5 and here's the PlayStation
The PS,
Dance or something
Vita,
stupid
they
like
just
that.
needed to not fuck up the Vita.
They
Vita-
just
Vita
abandoned
is
it.
such a
They just
good
abandoned
console.
it. But I mean, like, it's literally the same thing, but it's called the Sony
Whatever, yeah.
Dance.
Twist
Yeah.
Off. I don't know.
Sony.
The Sony Bop It. I don't know.
They call it the Fit Ring instead of the Ring Fit.
yeah, right.
This is the Sony Fit Ring.
The Sony Breaker.
I got one of those, but I got that off a different website.
Oh, no.
No,
Whoops.
it's a ring that does fit, but it's snug.
Oh, is it? Does it vibrate?
About
Does
the
it have
size of a
little,
penny.
little prongs on it? Okay. It's got HD Rumble.
Punched penny.
HD Rumble.
It does
Oh, it's a
HD
Canadian
rumble.
penny. Don't they have holes in
Yeah.
them?
Oh my God.
Them and their damn
Square.
loonies.
It's got a square in it.
Mine's from the Byzantine era.
But yeah, the PlayStation. I'm pretty sure I saw like that there was supposed to be an announcement on the February 5th. I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
think
that
we
they're-
are coming up for
they're
that.
also not doing E3 this year.
Yeah.
Yep, saw that.
This is the second year in a row that
Right.
they haven't done it.
But it's crazy because this is the console year and they're not doing E3.
They don't need it.
I agree.
They're so far ahead of Microsoft when it comes to the console.
And they're
that-
following Nintendo. Nintendo was the first one to say we're not doing a presentation at
It's-
E3, and then they're
It's true. Well, Sony's not going to have any presence at all
Well,
at
okay.
E3, whereas Nintendo still has a presence. They still show. I think
They
it's
still
like
do the
3 to
Treehouse
4
Live.
games, and
they
do
don't
a-
have a what do you call it? A big presentation.
Yeah,
like,
they don't
like
have
Square
a,
Enix and everybody else.
Uh, Oh man, what the fuck are they? Like it's not a showcase. It's something else.
That's a good word for it.
Like a conference. Like they usually have like a press conference type of deal, and it's interesting to see that like they're gonna really
They have their own convention, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
they have their
yeah.
own thing.
Yeah, 'cause
they do the state of play and the PlayStation Experience and stuff like that. So
Because they said E3 wasn't like the platform that they wanted to use for any of their announcements. I think is specifically what they said. It's like it's not the right venue for what we want to do and what we want to show.
They probably want
So-
too much money or something. It just sounds like a corporate excuse.
It might be. You never know. But I mean, it's those decisions are why your company keeps making money and not just shelling out on stuff. If you're still going to get the same amount of eyes on it in one aspect or another, then why pay the extra of millions of dollars to do something you can do for cheaper somewhere else when people are going to find out anyway?
And then you're not getting washed out by all the other developers
Yeah.
putting on showcases too.
True.
Like I'm one of those guys that's weirdly enough, I watch pretty much every press conference from E3, and
You watch them live?
I watch as many live as I can.
That's what I do.
And then I go back
Same.
and watch videos on demand for the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I do watch all of them, and it like generally going back and watching them, it takes me like 2 weeks to go through everything. And if PlayStation was in there, you're not getting as many eyes on it. If you're doing your own show, and you're not doing it that week. They're getting way more coverage, and it's an easier watch.
Yep.
realistically, if you're sitting there and you have like all of these things queued up, and you're like, okay, so the PlayStation thing, if it happens even at the same time as E3, which I think they did last year, I think they did theirs just literally like 4 blocks away from E3, and they still had a massive turnout for it because there's so many people there. They're like, yeah, of course I'll go to PlayStation's thing. I don't mind missing nothing at E3 right now to go, because E3 was too scared to schedule anything against Sony. So like if you're looking at like this queue of stuff and you're like, okay, I have all of these like 30 E3 videos to watch from all the different press conferences, and then I have Sony's, you're going to be like, well, I'm just going to knock out Sony's first and just I'll watch that, and then I'll get into all my E3 stuff. And Sony won at that point, because you're just like, cool, this is separate. It's not clumped in with all the other E3 stuff. Like it's such a smart, and really honestly, it's a very bold business move. But also they really stopped attending E3 when they opened E3 to the public. They weren't there when like E3's always kind of had like a public day or something like that, but now they extended E3 an extra 3 days, and you can get public passes and things like that to go. And Sony was just like, yeah, you guys can come to our experience, and like packed up and left before it became a big thing. I could go on and on about E3 and how that's slowly dying, but
Yeah.
You know what else is slowly dying? GameStop.
yeah.
Nice transition.
Segue.
Yeah, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's a great transition. Yeah.
Fucking broadcasting over here.
Apparently, GameStop's fourth quarter for the holiday season was somewhere in the ballpark of 25% under what they were expecting. They're in serious financial trouble, and that the decline of GameStop is in full swing, and we don't really know when it's going to happen. But sometime in the future, we're probably going to end up with no dedicated game stores as a chain. You'll have mom and pop shops that do little stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think they said something. They're closing. The first round is somewhere between 150 and 200 of their lowest performing stores.
Yeah,
it's starting there, and then it's probably going to keep rolling along. And I think I read something too on it that they're looking for buyers to like buy into the company to kind of help out, and everyone's
give us money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
let me start
There's
up
a lot of
franchise
memes
of
on
a
that
dying
one.
company.
yeah, exactly.
I'll offer you $6.44.
I would like 3 stores, 3 fully staffed stores.
Like a buy 2 get 1 or something on that.
Yeah,
Fair
really.
trade.
They're used.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, they're pre-owned.
Cut me a
so-
deal.
Ooh, your
Not gonna-
trade-in value, GameStop, not looking so hot.
We'll give you 10% more if you give me a gift card.
Well, I mean, it kind of comes into what we were just saying, and like literally what we were just talking about, where a lot of stuff is going to be moving more into streaming and digital rather than physical copies, which is another thing that we brought up before, where you even made a post online about like just like the limited release,
Limited run games.
It's like that's like, for some people, the only incentive to buy a physical copy.
It's the niche market.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I like having physical copies of games. There's just something about it that I just don't want to get rid of. Even though now most of the stuff that I'm getting is digital downloads, but there's just something in me that I still like being able to hold a game
Tactile.
in my hand. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll probably hang on to that for a long time, but the next generation kids, whatever, there's no... As far as I know, physical copy like Fortnite or whatever kids play nowadays. Damn
Yeah.
kids.
I have a physical copy of Fortnite right over there.
No, you
actually.
don't. Where is it?
I do actually. It's at the bottom of my game stack over there.
Okay.
It was when real Fortnite was out.
Oh, real Fortnite. Wait.
Wait.
Hold on.
The survival
Oh,
one.
Tell me about real Fortnite.
No,
No, we don't need to have the Fortnite conversation in
let's
general.
just
Real quick.
real quick. Fortnite, before it was a battle royal, was a whole survival game.
Okay.
Before all of that, it's the
Okay.
whole reason there's building and stuff like that. It was fun. Joe, you played it, didn't you?
Nope, never.
Oh no. Okay, so that was
Must be your other friend Joe.
no, it was okay.
Joe.
So it was Kyle and Kevin and Hamill. We all used to play it. It was a great game. And then they were like, "Oh, we're making a battle royal game." I played 3 rounds of it and was like, "Not for me." And it sat there probably in that spot ever since.
Okay. All right. Anyway, physical copies. Yeah, we're gonna hang on to that. Personally, I like I don't have to worry about like, oh, my account was hacked and now it's gone and I can't get it back. Like I kind of worry about my Steam library sometimes with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
have it now, Ralph.
I like dude. I like having a physical copy of a game.
Yeah. You like being able to feel it in your hands,
Yeah.
kind of caress it a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway,
kid.
having a dedicated chain, be like, okay, I know I can go here and get this game. Yeah, I don't want to say that GameStop is like even a necessary evil, because the way that they do, I don't trade anything. I haven't traded anything GameStop for years.
Nope.
Fuck them with that. But having a dedicated place that I can go and, hey, what are the new releases? Oh, what's this? What is that? A couple people that you get familiar with, and you have that store that you can go to and know. Or if you want to reserve a copy and you don't want to go to Best Buy or Target or Walmart, God forbid, you've got a place you can go to. If that goes away, that would suck. Maybe if they change some of their marketing, they might be able to turn it around because they basically have the market closed, but I doubt it.
But hey, what if I told you could just preload the game like 24 hours before it comes out, and then at just midnight, you just press the play button and it's there, done, ready to go.
So you're pushing digital?
I really like appreciate like a digital game. Like I don't have a problem with it because like they take up space. Like games are just like taking up space. It's a fucking disc. It's not going to matter because if they shut the servers down on a game, it's virtually worthless anymore.
Okay.
If they stop updating a game and it's broken, it's worthless. Like it's just this slow shift where like the always online community. Like, have you ever seen anyone try to play The Division without it ever having checked in online?
No, I played The Division. By the way,
it's unplayable past level 20.
Okay.
Like literally, it was broken.
Like bullet spongy enemies, or do you mean
no?
like it just
Like
shuts down?
it like one of the areas glitches out and crashes the game.
I think I know which area.
The original Division unpatched. Like it's as we move towards
saying
patches.
Patches are a bad thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying as we move more towards like a digital age, I just see more and more that it's like,
yeah, they're going away. I get it.
Yeah.
In 10 years, I might not be able to get, or I'd have to like do a special order or something. I'd have to go through some kind of crazy hoops to get my copy of Red Dead Redemption 3 if I really wanted a physical copy.
You mean
I
your
get that.
CD key on a disc?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and
probably.
Well, that's the thing. That's what it's starting to become. Like you're putting these games in and they have to install, but they install like 10 gigs off the disc and then it's a 40 gig download on the internet.
Well,
like
105.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Yeah. So like we're getting to that point where like games can't fit on the discs that they're even selling them on. They're counting on you to have an internet connection, or you're not getting the full game.
Or it's just a pre-alpha build on the disc with a key.
Right.
That's
And
unfair.
they're printing them like 6 months in advance
I mean-
because that's cheaper.
Yeah,
And
even
that's how you get your day one patch.
Red Dead 2 needed 2 discs.
Yes.
Here's your install. Here's your play.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's killing GameStop is, like you said, people aren't buying games; they're digital, right? And then kind of a topic we already talked about, Fortnite, right? Kids aren't asking for video games for Christmas; they're asking
just
for
want
V-Bucks.
Oh my God!
Give me some fucking V-Bucks.
Can I get some V-Bucks, Mom? I just need to get that new skin, Mom.
Retail in general is on the decline. Everybody's just going on Amazon.
Yeah, like the
Amazon's killing everybody.
brick and mortar is dying.
Correct.
Yeah,
My store's doing pretty good
yeah.
because
Well,
I'm in charge.
You don't get
Yes,
a
that
Band-Aid online.
I mean, it's a pharmacy though. You're a convenience store, really.
and the median
With a
age
pharmacy, it's a pharmacy and a convenience store. That stuff won't go away.
not to mention the median age of all your customers is probably about 81.
Well, young man, I was wondering if you could help me find a shoehorn. I can't seem to bend down the way I used to be able to get my prescription shoes on. Can you help me with that, Mr. Harry? Is that short for Harold? Is that for something else? Because I do need some help.
This is a fun tangent.
Young Harold with the chinchilla on your face. Come, I can't reach this adult diaper. Please help me.
I depend
many-
on them.
How many grandpa jokes do you get at work where they just walk up to you and like, "You don't look very hairy"?
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
Is that like a
Really?
graduated,
That's
Wow.
like a
that's
dad joke?
shocking to me.
A graduated
I
dad
mean,
joke
I've
is a
heard that
granddad
one
joke?
before, not specifically at this job, but
Okay.
wow.
Hasn't been long.
Not saying that you look like a grandpa, because
No,
that's
I
just
got
a
it.
given.
Yeah, that's thanks.
He's like, no, I get that one though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that one all the time from you, motherfuckers.
Anyway, retail's dying.
Retail's dead.
Way to bring that back around.
Dead.
So my topic this evening.
Oh, you want to talk now?
Yeah, actually I do. So I quite frequently listen to NPR on my way into work, and an interesting story came up the other day where Actually, one of the first stories I've heard about gaming came on NPR. You don't typically hear that.
Yeah.
You usually hear the BBC or what's Trump saying fake news to today, or
I know the BBC.
China.
yeah, you do. But anyway, this has actually been a pretty hot topic recently. But unions are trying to unionize the gaming industry.
Yeah.
It's been getting a lot of focus, and a lot of this is some of the references that were used when Telltale went under, and they just cut everybody at the drop of a hat. There was no severance packages or any heads up or warning, anything like that. And
They talk about Rockstar and
Rockstar
100-hour
and how
weeks.
they're pushing the 70-hour work week is more of a standard. Like, that's the direction Rockstar has been going recently. So a lot of unions are like, well, we need to what?
It's just surprising about Rockstar. I mean, they haven't put a game out. I mean, they put a game out every 4 years. What do you mean work 70 hours for?
Dude, their live content for Grand Theft Auto, they've been pumping out new giant updates to Grand Theft Auto 5 every month.
It's crazy. A lot of people are still
Seriously,
playing
for the
that,
last-
and
I know
streaming that,
it's,
and doing
it's still
everything.
like
Yeah.
top 5 game on Steam. I understand that,
Yeah.
but it's still crazy.
The
to me.
roleplay stuff is taking off.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wasn't it just last year or the year before Blizzard staged like a walkout
I don't
over
know.
like working conditions?
Well, I'm just saying, a lot of this has been catching media attention
Yeah.
in general, and I think they're getting a lot of negative attention at this point.
Yeah, it's the programmers union
Mhm.
has been the one that's been going after them. There's like a whole group of unions centered around people that work in like the digital arts and like electronics and things like that. And it's the programming sector that has been going after. And there are some already established video game centric unions. It's just they're a group of 10 people. Like they're the smallest amount you can be to be a union, because a lot of game developers have been like, oh yeah, you guys want to unionize? Bye-bye.
Yep. Big corporations, not a fan of unions. Who would have imagined?
No, but there's a lot of articles. I was actually, after I listened to that story on the news the other day, I kind of Googled it a little bit to get some little bit extra background. It's actually pretty interesting. But their biggest pushback, the gaming industry, is what was their argument? We're so I forget. They use some weird terminology, and they're like, "Oh, we're just on the cutting edge. We don't need unions," kind of thing. But like, it was so ridiculous.
We're too
to
hip to
hear
have unions.
hip.
That's what the old man says.
I will say this. If they do end up unionizing like a large portion of games and stuff, it will take longer to have a game come out.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
100%.
Or it'll drive up the price.
Yeah, I was going to say it would probably get more expensive for these games then too.
It could probably be both. Like it would end up being both.
Might be talking about like $100 plus games.
Yeah.
Some
You
games
might
are worth
get a
it.
little bit more quality control at that price point, though.
No, the union doesn't care about the quality of
No,
your
not
work.
the union specifically, but if a company had to push a game at $100, they're going to be trying a hell of a lot more to make sure they try to get your money, because people. No, well, yeah, but
If
people
Metal Gear
will
Survive,
but here's the thing.
$100.
Let's say you buy 5 games a year, but at that price point, people might have to cut it down to 3.
Right,
Well, all
right.
of a sudden, now your competition has gone up. You got to raise the stakes a little bit more.
Yeah.
You'd think so. You'd hope so.
You would hope.
You would hope so, but if the low standard is $100 for every game, then that doesn't. It's the same thing with the $60 games. It's just everything is worth more to
Yeah,
a company.
It's just inflated.
Yeah, it just gets inflated, which is a problem.
You're being optimistic.
Yeah.
We're being pessimistic.
Yep.
I'm just saying it could go either way.
He's being
but,
wrong.
but there's a lot that hasn't happened yet. But
Yeah.
if that ball starts to roll, I think there'll be a lot of changes.
Gamers
I
need a
think
symbol.
there'll be a lot of pushback on that from happening in general. I just don't think that digital art and stuff like that is ready to unionize in the same way, because like there's a lot of restrictions that come with unions that I don't think people are ready for in that industry yet. It would be interesting, but I feel like it could be like also like the fucking the great game collapse of like the 80s where they tried
God.
like
83?
yeah, where like all the video game companies just crashed for a year and like no one put anything out. Like it was
Nintendo rose from the ashes.
yeah, actually
Phoenix.
Action one.
actually yes, but like
Miyamoto seeketh embers.
it'll be interesting to see. I just don't foresee that happening.
Yeah.
It's very hard to quantify the work that someone does, and you have to be able, with a union most of the time, to quantify the work that you're doing. And I think that is like the biggest drawback. Like, okay, so you have to like earn your 40 hours of work in a union. You don't just get a union job and you're given 40 hours. You have to like go through like apprenticeships and joining the union and stuff like that. It's not just like a sudden everyone's in a union and everyone's paying dues, and like it'll be a really slow process, and I just don't see it happening.
I'm sorry. Every time you guys say union, I just picture like a greasy dude in a suit with a big cigar going, "Yeah, we gotta unionize. Yeah, some of those games fell off the back of a truck." You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean? Just me?
I drive a truck.
Never mind.
Jesus.
Never mind. They need a symbol. Jeff Keighley could be the new Jimmy Hoffa.
I don't think Jeff Keighley wants to lose his job by suggesting a union.
Oh, I'm kidding.
That's how Microsoft gets back in it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Be-
Microsoft's in.
Being
quotes.
pro-union.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
they're
and
being pro
then-
DRM.
And then they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to start a union. And then we're also going to put out a new operating system called Windows U. And it's $700 for the standard edition. And also we're stopping support on all previous Windows.
Actually, it's just a subscription-based model.
Yeah. $700. Well, no, they'll do the Stadia model. It'll be $700 for the disc and then $30 a month for continued updates.
Now you can buy your games again.
Yeah,
Yes.
now you can buy your games again.
There you go.
Suckers.
I mean, they already did it with Office.
Dude.
That's too far.
Yeah,
It's too far.
oh, God.
Microsoft Office is not under the realm we want to talk about tonight.
The deed is done.
Speaking
It
of
has
realms. Speaking of realms. Doom Eternal. All the previews started coming out for it, and that game looks absolutely glorious.
Yeah, Doom Internal looks amazing.
Doom
Eternal.
Eternal.
It looks like the same Doom to me.
Doom Internal is where you get on the
Dude,
bottom
no
shelf of
way,
that
man.
that greasy
if you
store.
if you look at like
I'm just gonna stop.
even 2016 from 2016 to the new one, like it's faster moving. There's more like dynamic puzzle shooting and stuff like that. It's really like fast paced, and it looks the whole like doing executions, and they kind of have like some interesting little like Dark Souls trappings, like just like little things like if we're all playing the game and Ralph dies to an enemy.
I'm sorry, Ralph.
In your game, Harry,
fine.
you could see this enemy walking around and says killed by, or killed, and then like, Ralph advance or whatever. And if you kill him in your game, you get extra stuff. So like there's like this interesting little like dynamic. There's also like you can hop in and control certain enemies and stuff. It seems like there's going to be a really interesting, robust multiplayer. Maybe like after a few updates, they're going to just like really deck it out the same way that they did with the 2016 version. It looks incredible. I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
Yeah, they took that foundation from Doom 2016 and they've just added a whole bunch of shit, including lore and new gameplay elements.
Oh
and,
yeah, they made an entire story. This actually has like a real Doom story to it, as opposed to being like save humanity and save Earth. Like it's really just like they were like, okay, so we're gonna get like all the angels and the demons. You're gonna meet other slayers. It looks really fucking badass.
It'll be raining blood. Slayers raining. Okay. I'll see myself.
From a lacerated sky. No, I got it.
I'll be honest with you. I played maybe like 3 hours of Doom on the 360 version that came out in like 2008 or whatever.
Doom 3.
Oh, Doom 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really interested in it, but I played like OG Doom like a lot.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
OG,
I think we
Doom's
did
incredible.
kind of a night of it, of playing 4-player co-op Doom 1 and 2.
Yep.
It felt a lot like what we're doing with Serious Sam currently.
Yeah.
Just
They're, honestly, they're almost the same game.
kinda.
So we can start wrapping up here. But speaking of Serious Sam, stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we're doing a Serious Sam retrospective. The first 3 games and the expansions and all that fun shit. We're just gonna have a big talking about Serious Sam.
It's about to get serious.
I was just gonna say.
It's about to get serious.
Sam.
Also,
Ooh, a lot of bullshit.
Also, very, very, very important, and I just wanted to throw this out there. We have all started streaming on Twitch.
Yes, we have.
And we're trying to make a really big push for that. You guys should come check us out. I myself, I'm starting to try to maybe like figure out a schedule where I can get on some sort of regular basis. I was thinking about doing, just look for a schedule coming out. I'll make sure that it's on the Facebook and Twitter gets it, and it'll be on Instagram. Some of our schedules and things like that. So we are trying to push that. You can find me on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/ThunderGodsRage. Joe.
Twitch.tv/gravy. It's GRAYVY__train.
Ralph?
Yeah, just Ralph Advance. If you go to Twitch and search Ralph Advance, you'll find it.
Happy our bows.
Steve, have you created yours yet?
I think I did a while ago, but haven't touched it yet. So
All right.
stay tuned. I'm like the DLC content that you don't know about yet.
Or ever download.
Wow.
Hey, a free theme over here.
Yeah, no, I can be an avatar release. Here you go. You just put me in your little corner. No, okay. That's great.
Steve's
Thanks.
been on some of our streams though.
Yeah, I participate in some of the streams.
Just whacking it in the
just-
background.
Well, that's one reason I don't have a webcam yet.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
You don't need to see what I'm doing in the privacy. My right hand is on the mouse.
The
my
state
left
of
hand-
Pennsylvania won't let him have one.
No.
Your handle should be like
Steve's a
Rocket Man
pedophile
Steve.
is what I was trying to say.
Oh, I see. Rocket Man Steve, and you just stream Rocket League like every single night
Yeah, there
for
you
8
go.
hours
Yeah.
after work.
I think because I forget.
Steve's Red Rocket.
Yeah, Steve's Red
League.
Rocket League.
Yeah, Red Rocket League. Yes.
Jesus.
Permaban.
I have to expand out of just the fin dom.
Don't
so-
expand. Don't expand.
No sounding. You're
Don't
not into sounding, Ralph. No.
Now you lost me. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, it's see.
No,
If you
yeah,
take your pee hole. And then,
All right, yeah, that's enough. All right, we're good. All right, so stay tuned for the next episode of Serious Sam.
Serious.
And we will...
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey, Clark. Play that fucking intro.
All right.
Push the button.
What if I don't want to, Harry? What if I don't want to?
Just cut it legitimately for once, just to see how it
Snip.
sounds. See how it feels.
Yeah, I know how it feels.
You see, when your hole's like this, it.
This is for a local business, a personal touch cleaning service. I found it and I was just like, yeah, no, they're getting a review. Stupid ass name. Are you filthy and need a personal touch? Are you just ready to get the job done and don't mind paying someone else to do it? Well, great news. This company will send a whole group of ladies directly to your house to do your dirty work. Before service is started, you'll be asked to a free consultation where you can discuss your preferences and personal needs. Then the magic happens. Just lay back and let them get to business. You'll be completely satisfied or your money back. And that has been your Harry's 5-star Yelp review.
Cleanest house ever.
Oh my god.
That just sounds like false advertisement.
It does, right?
You're going to get the wrong kind of phone calls.
I read this thing from this Harry guy.
No, it's from Super
it
Fun.
says here, Super Fun podcast.
Is that like libel?
Yeah,
It's
when we get sued, it'll be Harry's fault for
Yeah.
sure.
You guys say this every time.
Yeah,
For
we
a
just
reason.
haven't been sued yet.
See, we just let it know that it's you for litigation purposes.
Yeah, so we have liability to be like, oh, you want money? Here is the guy.
Yeah. There you
The
go.
guy reading it is the guy posted it. All right, guys, join us next week for Serious Sam, and we will talk to you later. Stay lovely.
Stay sexy.
Love you guys.
Love you
It's,
guys.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it. Okay.